For over a century, Boeing has been synonymous with American manufacturing prowess. The company has been a cornerstone of the U.S. industrial landscape, representing not just a business, but a symbol of American ingenuity and resilience. Its iconic aircraft, from the B-17 Flying Fortress to the 747 jumbo jet, symbolized American innovation and industrial might. These aircraft were not just machines, they were marvels of engineering that showcased the heights of what American manufacturing could achieve. However, the recent announcement of Boeing's closure of 5 U.S. facilities marks a turning point, a stark reminder of the challenges facing American manufacturing. This decision underscores the shifting dynamics in the global economy and the pressures that traditional manufacturing sectors are under. This decision is not merely about the loss of jobs, though the impact on thousands of workers is undeniable. It also signifies a deeper issue, reflecting the broader economic and strategic challenges that the U.S. manufacturing sector faces today. It represents a broader trend of declining competitiveness, a slow erosion of American dominance in a sector it once ruled. The decline is not just in numbers, but in the very spirit of innovation and leadership that once defined American manufacturing. Boeing's retreat raises fundamental questions about the future of U.S. manufacturing. What does this mean for the industry as a whole? How can the U.S. reclaim its position as a leader in manufacturing in an increasingly competitive global market? Can America, once the world's industrial powerhouse, compete in a globalized economy increasingly dominated by emerging players? Countries like China and India are rapidly advancing, investing heavily in technology and infrastructure to boost their manufacturing capabilities. The answer is not simple. It involves a multifaceted approach that includes policy changes, investment in new technologies, and a shift in how we think about manufacturing and its role in the economy. It requires a hard look at the factors that led to this point and a commitment to bold action to revitalize this critical sector. The stakes are high. The future of American manufacturing depends on our ability to adapt and innovate. Manufacturing is not just about producing goods, it's about national security, technological innovation, and the economic well-being of millions of Americans. The sector supports a wide range of industries and is crucial for maintaining the country's competitive edge. The closure of these facilities is a blow to communities that have relied on Boeing for generations. These towns and cities have built their identities around the presence of Boeing, and the loss is deeply felt on both an economic and emotional level. It's a stark reminder that the forces reshaping the global economy are not abstract concepts but have real-world consequences. The interconnectedness of global trade means that shifts in one part of the world can have profound impacts elsewhere. The challenge now is to learn from this experience, to understand the complex interplay of factors that led to this point, and to chart a new course for American manufacturing. This involves embracing new technologies, retraining workers, and fostering a culture of continuous improvement. This will require a collective effort, from policymakers, business leaders, and workers, to adapt to new realities, invest in innovation, and create an environment where American manufacturing can thrive once again. The path forward is challenging, but with determination and strategic action, the U.S. can reclaim its position as a global manufacturing leader. The most immediate and devastating impact of Boeing's decision is felt in the communities directly affected by the closures. These communities, which once thrived on the steady employment and economic activity generated by Boeing's presence, are now grappling with an uncertain and bleak future. Towns and cities that were once bustling manufacturing hubs are now facing an uncertain future. The once busy streets and vibrant neighborhoods have turned into ghost towns, with empty buildings and silent factories standing as stark reminders of what once was. Thousands of workers, many of whom dedicated their lives to building Boeing aircraft, are now facing unemployment. These individuals, who took pride in their craftsmanship and contributed to the success of one of the world's largest aerospace companies, are now left to navigate the harsh realities of joblessness. The economic pain is not limited to those who work directly for Boeing. The closure of these factories has a domino effect, impacting a wide range of local businesses that depended on the patronage of Boeing employees. The ripple effects of these closures will be felt throughout the local economies. From local diners and cafes to retail stores and service providers, the entire economic ecosystem of these towns is under threat. Small businesses that relied on the patronage of Boeing workers will struggle to survive. Many of these businesses have already seen a significant drop in revenue, and without the steady flow of customers, they face the grim prospect of shutting down permanently. Property values are likely to decline, further eroding the tax base of already struggling communities. As more homes go up for sale and fewer buyers are interested, the real estate market in these areas will suffer, leading to a downward spiral that affects everyone. The loss of good-paying manufacturing jobs will have a cascading effect, impacting everything from local schools to community services. With reduced tax revenues, funding for essential services like education, healthcare, and public safety will be slashed, further diminishing the quality of life for residents. The human cost of these closures cannot be overstated. Families are facing financial instability, emotional stress, and an uncertain future. The psychological toll on individuals who have lost their jobs is immense, affecting their mental health and overall well-being. These are not just statistics, these are real people with families, mortgages, and dreams. Each job loss represents a personal story of hardship and resilience, as individuals and families struggle to adapt to their new reality. The loss of a job in these communities is not just a financial setback, it's a blow to their identity, their sense of purpose, and their hope for the future. The sense of community and shared purpose that once defined these towns is now under threat, as people grapple with feelings of loss and uncertainty. The closure of these factories represents a loss of more than just jobs. It's a loss of livelihoods, a loss of community, and a loss of hope. The impact of Boeing's decision will be felt for years to come, as these communities work to rebuild and find new paths forward in the face of adversity. While the decline of American manufacturing is a complex issue with deep roots, there are several immediate factors that contributed to Boeing's decision to close these facilities. The story of American manufacturing is one of innovation, resilience, and adaptation. However, recent years have seen a troubling trend of factory closures and job losses, which have had a profound impact on communities across the country. One significant factor is the ongoing trade war and the imposition of tariffs. These trade disputes have not only strained international relations, but have also disrupted supply chains and increased costs for businesses. The uncertainty surrounding trade policies has made it challenging for companies to make long-term investments and strategic decisions. The tit-for-tat tariffs imposed by the US and its trading partners have created uncertainty and volatility in the global market, making it difficult for companies like Boeing to plan for the future. This environment of unpredictability has forced businesses to adopt a more cautious approach, often leading to reduced production and workforce downsizing. Tariffs on imported raw materials such as aluminum and steel have increased production costs for American manufacturers, making them less competitive globally. The higher costs of these essential materials have squeezed profit margins and made it harder for US companies to compete with foreign manufacturers who can source materials more cheaply. At the same time, retaliatory tariffs imposed by other countries on American-made goods have made it more difficult for companies like Boeing to sell their products overseas. This has led to a decline in export revenues and has further strained the financial health of American manufacturers. This trade war has created a lose-lose situation, hurting businesses and consumers on all sides. Higher prices for goods and services, reduced availability of products, and job losses are just some of the negative consequences that have rippled through the economy. The trade war is not the only factor at play. Technological advancements and the rise of automation have also played a significant role in reshaping the manufacturing landscape. While automation can lead to increased efficiency and lower production costs, it also means fewer jobs for human workers. The rise of automation and the increasing sophistication of manufacturing in other countries, particularly China, have also put pressure on American companies to cut costs and become more efficient. Chinese manufacturers have invested heavily in advanced technologies and have been able to produce high-quality goods at lower prices, further challenging the competitiveness of American firms. Boeing's decision to close these U.S. facilities is a reflection of these broader trends and challenges facing American manufacturing today. The combination of trade wars, rising production costs, and technological advancements has created a perfect storm that has made it increasingly difficult for American manufacturers to thrive. As the industry continues to evolve, it will be crucial for policymakers, businesses, and workers to adapt and find new ways to maintain the competitiveness of American manufacturing in the global market.